Hi y'all, welcome to Dig It Homesteading. I'm Jamie, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back and hanging out. Today I really want to handle an organization project that has been driving me crazy, and I will just give you forewarning, I am not 100% today. Today is the first day of school, y'all, so I should be jumping up and down celebrating because I have my day off all to myself to do what I want, but I've been sick, and so I stopped by the doctor because I also got stung by a wasp 4 days ago, and it's turned into cellulitis, so they have ended up prescribing me antibiotics. So I'm just not feeling myself, but I absolutely wanted to get this project done because the stuff I ordered to help me with this project has come in, and I want to get it done. That way less mess in my head, right? Plus I gotta have something for you guys every week no matter what, because the algorithm on the YouTube is a real thing. So if I don't post, then YouTube kind of penalizes me. So if y'all want to help me keep my channel growing and things like that, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, whatever you gotta say. But I'm struggling, but I'm here today, so I'm gonna get this project done and then I'm gonna rest, and I'm gonna allow myself to be okay with that. If you're like me, you know how hard that is to make yourself rest even when you don't feel well. Anyway, let me go show you what the project is for today. This chest freezer, y'all, I don't know how people do it. I always like the ones that stand up, but I wanted to get a small one to see how I like it. And I can't stand the disorganization. Not that my stand-up one is any better, but how am I supposed to know what's in there? And I don't like to move all the cold stuff to find everything, but this is just chaos. Absolutely chaos. I know a couple of things I have in here, and the rest, I mean, it just might as well not be in here because it doesn't exist in my brain. So we're going to get all this stuff taken into the kitchen and get it all sorted out, and maybe have a better plan on how to utilize this space better. So I definitely have got to get this space completely organized because I have some videos that I want to get filmed, and I need to know what stock I have of what. Plus I don't want to get complacent and let any of this stuff go bad because I didn't know what was in there. I don't want to waste stuff that I spent time preserving. Y'all, I got tomatoes in here from last year. From last year's garden. So we're going to have to do something with that. And then we've got some meals already done. I've got a ton of pumpkin that we preserved together. And then there's just other things like butter. I like to buy butter when it's on sale because I don't like paying full price for things that have just gone absolutely through the roof. So a lot of times I get it at what's our Kroger, and I think when I was getting it, it was $6 for the 2 pounds, but I think it's gone up to $7 now. So it is what it is. I'll just keep buying it on sale now, so that saves me money in the future. Alright, let's see what all else we have left out there. And I think, while I've got everything out, I'm going to go ahead and unplug that freezer and let it defrost. And I'm going to have to do some things with some of these things because I'm ripping the bags, because some of them were just frozen together. So anything that's damaged like this, it doesn't rip the top off the tortillas, I'm gonna have to repackage it and then probably stick it in my inside freezer. That way we can get it used up. I did that to 2 packs of tortillas, y'all. I just want to throw this away. I feel like this freezer is extra chaotic from how I first put everything in. And I know people get in there and dig for whatever they're looking for. So if we can make it a little less chaos, that way they can dig easier, then we can kind of keep it organized. That would be a huge win for me. Okay, there's still 2 gigantic turkeys inside that and a few other things that are like stuck together. So we're going to go through and start organizing this and just leave that out there. The turkeys will be fine, they are rock solid, but we're going to let the freezer defrost a little bit, and that way we can also maintain our freezer while we're doing this project and make sure we don't get all those ice crystals along the side. And I pulled out the entire little basket that goes with this. This is one of those smaller chest freezers. We have a couple of them, and I wanted to see how I like them, because we're thinking about buying like half a cow, and I figured 2 of the smaller ones would definitely hold half of a cow, and if not, I do have a giant upright between that and what we already have stock of, so in planning for that as well, I also want to make sure. Are you having fun in there? Our kittens, y'all, are getting big. And they love pulling out my plastic bags. So that's what you hear, is him playing in a plastic bag. And they're going to go get spayed and neutered tomorrow. And if you're in Texas, I can leave a link down below. I found a low-cost spay and neuter program. And we're going to travel to go get them taken care of. And then the 2 gingy cats that decided to make themselves homes here. Any cat or animal that ends up staying here, they get spayed or neutered. Bob Barker taught me that. If you know, you know. But they're getting big and it's time. But anyway, back to our project. Let me show you how I'm going to organize all of this. Okay, so I got these hard-sided grocery type bags. Like that. And then they have a hard bottom that opens up. And I saw another YouTuber doing this, and I was like, that's genius. So we're going to try it out. Make no guarantees that this is going to work for me, but I'm always game to try a new way to organize something to see if it works better than the current system I have, which is nothing for this chest freezer. So we're going to get all these set out and start organizing things into it. And you just want to make sure when you're ordering these, which I can link these below as well, they seem very sturdy. I like the handles. They have long handles, so you can carry it like a grocery tote or like this as well. But I can link these below. I just got them off of Amazon. So we're going to get these set up and get things organized back in here and see how this works. Okay, so I've got one set up right here. And I know I have a lot of 2 things. A lot of fish, because my cousins fish, and they bring over any extra fish, and I clean them up and throw them in my freezer. And then I also have a bunch of pumpkin. So I think we're going to start with that. And we package these up together in 4-cup, 3-cup, and 2-cup increments. And if you're going to be interested in seeing what I do with all of this pumpkin, please remember to subscribe. There's a bell you can hit and it will tell you whenever I post videos if you're interested in that. And I do post at least once a week, sometimes more. It just depends on my work schedule and now of course how I'm feeling. But I do make sure that I post at least once a week. I sure hope that you will be happy to join along with me. I definitely have cooking projects set up that I'm wanting to do. Some more freezer prep ideas. I definitely need to do some more canning. See, I don't like this, how they're stuck together. We're going to let that one sit. And this will just be my pumpkin bag for now. And I put the ones that are smaller bags on this side and the bigger bags on this side. And then we can get another tote and start with our fish. And I do know there's going to be some gnarly looking meats in here. And I just popped a bunch of holes in them because I was looking for these. I did a video on what you can do with like frostbit meat, and we made beef jerky out of it, so check that video out. I'll try to link it so you can see it worked amazing, and it looks like I have at least one more that I need to get done as soon as possible because I don't want this to go terribly bad. So we'll leave things like this out for me to go ahead and take care of off camera, because the whole idea is to not waste anything, right? And like I said, I have a upright freezer, so all of this stuff is just going to go in that upright freezer while I wait for my chest freezer to finish defrosting, including those turkeys. The freezers aren't that far from each other, so I don't want to have to bring in, you know, like 2 20, 25-pound turkeys. So I'll just make that working smarter, not harder, and just chuck that over there when I get back out there. But we're going to get all this fish organized in here because, you know, free food for our family, from our family, is pretty awesome. And then like this, I don't even know what it is. Let's see if I marked it. I feel like this is elderberry. It's got to be elderberry. It looks like this one didn't like seal very good. So I might go ahead and defrost this as well and find a project to use with that. But it's good to take inventory, take stock, know what you have. Like this ground beef, I had no idea I had it. And I'm running low on my canned ground beef. So I could technically thaw all of this and just brown it up a little bit and just can it and get it on the shelf and out of my freezer so I have more space, which might be what I do. Because if I freeze it now, I should have time. No, if I defrost it now, I should have time to brown it up within the next day or two, and then I can use my pressure canner. If you haven't seen, my stove is cracked, so I don't want to use my stovetop canner, but I could use my digital electric canner and get some more things on my pantry. That's another thing I want to do with you guys, is get some more things on the pantry. Probably dehydrating some things, canning some things, anything to get things on the pantry shelves that's shelf stable, that's not stuck in my freezer or going bad somewhere. Everything we buy, I want it to be put to good use. So if I can make it shelf stable, it lasts longer, then I am much happier with that. And then we just have a few bits and bobs, some cabbage, random things like this. I'm probably going to just stick in my inside freezer so I can remember to use it. Y'all, we got bait shrimp. Bait shrimp just sitting in there. So I have a special place in my upright freezer that I like to keep stinky things like this. So I think I'm going to go do that right now because I don't want them defrosting. If you know, you know. They're a little ripe. And then we will get back to all of this in just a minute. Well, I was hoping the other camera would last because it's so much easier to work with. But here we are. I do have like a ½ inch or an inch of ice in the bottom of that freezer that I'm waiting for it to defrost and clean it all out, sanitize it, wipe it down, and then we will restack this and I'll show you how it gets done. For now, I'm going to take all this ground meat and defrost it in my fridge, and then I know I have another project ahead of me. Okay, like I said, these I need to get, I'll probably just put them in a little zippy bag. I have these reusable Ziploc bags that will be perfect for this. I got these off of Amazon too. I have absolutely loved them. I can link them below. And look, I even got these tortillas for 25 cents. Oh, that's cheap. I don't want to let my good bargain buys get ruined. And these will just go in the inside freezer to be used up next. I have things like my yeast and whatever, in this type of bag. I can't even remember what it is, y'all. My brain's not braining. I've got Christmas cookies left over. So we like to take these out throughout the year, just a few at a time, anytime somebody is feeling the need to have a cookie. And it's just good to have on hand. But we have came up with a remedy, because you don't want to take these to events because, you know, out of season. But they're good for your kids, or for you if you're having that monthly craving. I am going to, we have beef and broccoli. These are just leftovers. I like to take the leftovers and then mark on there like how many people it will feed, or if I need to add anything. And wow, this looks like it cracked in there. That's crazy. But like, this is spaghetti squash, and it's just food that's already ready. We don't call them leftovers, we call them already readies. And the kids have seemed to go for that. You know, in a world of instant needing something right now, leftovers sound nasty to everybody, but if your food's already ready, it doesn't sound as bad. So I'm gonna get these little extra things. I have a pack of chicken over here. I have some more tomatoes, and I have some squash. This is Kakuzi squash, and it needs to be used up. So I'm gonna just get things like this that need to be used up pretty quickly. Package this chicken, and then I think that's pumpkin soup. If you're interested in that, I will show y'all soon how to make that pumpkin soup. And this is a giant turkey leg. I'm sure I saved it for beans or something like that. And then eggplant. I just froze, like cooked and froze a bunch of eggplant so we can make baba ganoush. And I wanted that up high so sister could grab it. And oh look, more pumpkin. So that will go in my pumpkin basket. And while I'm waiting on that freezer, I'm gonna just have everything stuffed in my upright freezer waiting, and then we will see how all of this will fit back in. That's gonna be the issue, is if it's gonna fit back in, and if it's gonna fit back in how I need it to make it benefit for me. And that's gonna be my next thing, is how to organize the upright. With the shelves, it makes it a little bit easier, but it's still chaos in there. Y'all, if y'all have a family, then you know your pantry gets rearranged, your freezers get rearranged, everything gets rearranged when somebody's trying to look for something, and never like put things back where they were issue. So if you have tips for an upright freezer, let me know down in the comments, because that is definitely something I need to work on as well, is just having my life organized. So little things like this is going to go in my inside freezer. The cabbage, we can cook that up for dinner one night, cabbage and cornbread type of thing. I might put my big gallon-y things in here just so I can grab them easier. And then stuff like this and the chicken. I don't really want those in the same bag. So we'll put these cookie type things in their own bag. And then we can have raw stuff in there. And the last of the pumpkin in here. So one more giant thing of pumpkin. So that means I did not have to grow pumpkin at all this year. And we are going to put these things either in the basket with the cookies, as it's already prepared food, and then keep this basket as a raw type food. I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with those beef roast They might be too far gone. I might defrost them and look. I don't know. I might just chuck them. So we have a few things to restock the inside freezer. We have a few things that are going to be waiting to go back in there. And most of this is just going to sit in the upright freezer until I can get it cleaned and sanitized. Y'all, this wasn't elderberry. This is that cranberry salsa we made together. I need to remember it's in here. So I think I'll put it in here with these other things, because even though it's not like Christmas or anything, my family is going to want to tear that up. And I forgot I saved it as a treat for us. That's why I need to get this project done, so we can enjoy all the things that we have in there, and I can make wonderful new content with whatever I can find in there. And I did hit a sale the other day for some meat. Y'all, I'm so excited to do another video soon. As soon as I can feel better, we're gonna be in the kitchen doing some meat. Now I'm gonna get all this kitchen counter cleaned up and disinfected because it's gross. I always use paper towel for this as well. That way I can throw any of the cookies away instead of keeping it on my rag in my sink or spreading it around to anything else. But never too careful with raw meats and raw chicken especially. Alright, so here's what we're left with, our 2 giant turkeys. And then we have our bags that will hopefully slide in and perfectly fit. That's our fish bag. Oh, and this is our very, very heavy pumpkin bag. And that has definitely made it easier. Even though I can't loop this lip. There we go. Now we've got our turkey underneath, because I won't need those for a while. Pumpkin, and I threw my tomatoes in there. Fish. What else we got? And then we have our already ready's bag. So if I need pumpkin, I can just move it over, grab pumpkin, or if I need turkey, I can just move that as well, and then everything can just go back how it was. And then we ended up with 2 big bags of chicken quarters, and just set it right across in that empty space, please, ma'am. Perfect. Now, even in this tiny freezer, everything is sorted and organized. Okay, so now everything's back nice and neat. We don't have anything under here, so we do actually have more space there that's usable now, as well as space in this. And then we know to work through here. So even the person that's in the most of a rush can figure out how to put the bins in and out, and maybe it'll stay good. Y'all wish me luck. Okay, so I might have bit off a little bit more than I could chew today, not being whole, but as usual, the family stepped up and came to the rescue right at my final moments and helped me finish this, which was amazing. Big shout out to them. I couldn't do it without them, because I was not expecting the ice at the bottom. There wasn't any ice at the top, so I guess it had just started forming. So that caused me delays and time, lots of time. But anyway, I hope you like this idea. I hope you get something out of it. If you do, if you hit like or comment, anything like that helps my channel go a long way. And I will leave a lot of links in the description. See you on the next one. Love you, bye-bye. And then I'm gonna go ahead. So, I don't want to let... Shush!